Sagittarius, how you doing and good morning. How are you, Sagittarius? Just a few quick things off the press here. A pressing matter, and then the name PROXY or Polar or Pisces or pressed for time, or you're pressing something like ironing or pressing. Keep saying pressing as a pressing matter. But the first lot of messages that came up for you was the name pain, or I'm physically in pain, and like, man, I'm in so much pain. Like now it's either like back pain, stomach pain, or it's just complain. It's like I work at the complaints department, and it's like I'm complaining and complaining and complaining, and I've complained here and I've complained there. I mean, is it a private flight? I hope this isn't you. Or is it a plane? Like, is it a bird? Is it a plane? Is it no? Is it Superman? Is it Steve? Is it a Sarah? Is it a Sassy? Or is it an S? Okay. But it's like M and S, Emily, Emma, Melissa, Maria, Matilda, anybody that begins with M or S. But it feels like complaint, like, I don't know, I mean, you might do this for a job, right? For a Rob, the name Rob, or Robert, or Rob. But somebody like keeps like robbing someone, or feeling like they're always being ripped off, and they complain and they complain and they complain and they complain. So you're dealing with R's, Rachel, Rashad, Ricky, but like Robert, I keep hearing Rob or Robert. Okay, but a robbing, like 7. So you're dealing with like 7. Trust me, I've had these all over the place. It could be a Libra. Right, yeah. But like someone that like just complains about everything. Like they go somewhere, they run somewhere, they get something, they complain about it. They go somewhere else, they go to another reader, or they go to something else, and they complain about that also. And then they come in, it's like you have a shop. Like, well, you could work for a Libra, or this is involving Libra. I don't know, but like you keep going to like a shop, right? Because I'm seeing like judgment. And I'm saying, like, you go to a shop and you work in a shop and you work for someone, and then they come in and then they complain about what they get, and they complain about what they buy, and they complain about this, and say that, for instance, you are a Sagittarius and you're doing something, and everybody comes at you with a complaint that you're not doing this, you're not doing that, you're not providing a good service, you're not blah blah blah, and service this, service that, and you feel like the car itself feels like it's being validated, and like complaint about, like, I'm complaining about my car, I'm complaining to or from a Cancerian, like my car doesn't work, this doesn't work, that doesn't work either. See, a string of failed attempts. Y'all got big energies of a Libra or a number 2 around you somewhere, but like, okay, I've tried this, no, it doesn't work. Okay, and you're like, you work in a shop, for instance, and people come in and they say, well, I want to bring this back because this didn't work. Okay, oh, I want to bring this back because it doesn't work. Y'all got to be dealing with Libra somewhere. Because I'm picking up, someone keeps picking up like merchandise as they go along, right? And they come into a shop and they pick it up and they go, well, you know what, this fish I just bought, it's not alive. And you're like, well, no, of course it's not, because you just bought a salmon or a fish. So you could be dealing with a Pisces somewhere. And you're like, well, every time I keep coming into this supermarket, do I buy a fish that's actually physically not there anymore? And you're like, well, no, of course it isn't, because you came into a supermarket. It's not alive, it's not a lobster. Unless you call lob or lob or rob or lob or rob, lob rob. Lob rob. I don't know what that's for. But like, I don't know. All I keep picking up is like complaining, and complaining. Say that you even just work at a shop, Sagittarius. Something quite like about that. And then someone's like, oh no, it's like complain, I've got a backache, I've got something else is aching, or something else is wrong. And it's like, man, there's always something wrong with you. What on earth is the matter now? And you're like, yes, madam, hello, can I buy this thing? And you're like, yeah, there you go. And you're like, well, that's not good enough. I didn't get enough for it. I didn't get my money's worth out of it. And you're like, well, no, because you're just buying something, and I'm giving you, I mean, this is to do with tarot readings or something. And you're like, you do something, you're like, well, you know, that's what you get for it. And you're like, well, that's not enough. Unless you sell things like merchandise. And someone's like, look, you can buy all of this merchandise and blah, blah, blah. And then they get it and they're like, well, is that it? Is that all I get in that? Like, is it a box or a chocolate box or your grandmother's chocolate box? I don't know. But like a soapbox Charlie or something. Soapbox are like, I don't know, like, I don't know, is this like the internet? And like you buy, I don't know, like Shudder or something like that, and you subscribe to Shudder and you're like, you know what, is that all that is on this channel? Is that it? Is that it? Like there's just a couple of videos on Shudder, and like I'm watching this on Netflix, but there's really nothing to watch. It's kind of like someone's get bored of something that they've got. Like you've got something, it's like, well, I'm not satisfied with what I've got. It's like, okay, all right then, well, how about if I give you that? And you're like, yeah, but I'm still not satisfied with that either. And you're like, fucking hell, bruv, what do you want, blood from a stone? Right, unless your name's Stony or Stone or S, anything beginning with S. But it feels like the complaints department. that hear that someone is complaining and complaining and complaining, thinking, well, that's not good enough. I mean, is this an answer that somebody keeps searching for? And they keep looking like so desperate for a metaphysical connection they can't fucking figure out what it is. And they're like, man, I can't put my finger on what this answer is. And so, okay, I need to find out what this answer is, and I'll find out an answer, but they ain't good enough either. Okay, and I was told no. Okay, you've got Libra energies like yes, no, or Sagittarius, yes, no. There's like, okay, so can I just pick like snow or something snowy or snow? I don't know what that's for. But like, could we deal with Scorpio? Okay, but like, okay, I'm going to come in and I want an answer and I'm going to pay for something for an answer, and they pay for it, but that isn't good enough. And then they go to another reader and then they get the same answer. And then another reader gives them the same answer and they're like, yep, that's your answer. And you're like, yeah, that's not good enough. That's not what I want. That's not what I wanted to hear. You're like, right, okay, so blah, 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 this is your answer. No, that's not good enough either. And you're like, Jesus, man. So I'm going to go around loads of different readers or loads of different shops to try and find what I want, but I am never, ever satisfied with what I've got. So, I mean, you might even own a franchise of shops, and you've got like a franchise going on. You're like, oh, come in, madam. Like, you can come here, and like, you can have that if you want. You can have this if you want. You know, we offer this, and we offer that too. And then people are like, no, I want to send that back, man, because that's not good enough. That's not what I wanted. I wanted more. I wanted more for my money. Or like, this is an answer of like, no, well, you didn't give me the answer I wanted. It isn't good enough. That's not what I was looking for. I wanted a positive answer, and you give me a negative one. Y'all got big energies of Libra. Libra was all kinds of upside down in certain readings because their card, I forget what reading that was in. I think that might have been a Piscean reading. It was to like a divorce, but somebody somewhere in one of my readings had judgment in reverse. Right, and it feels like that, and it's to do with around a Cancerian or something like that. This argument that seems to be arising. I don't know, and it's kind of like, oh man, it's like they come in, they ask for something to be fixed, like the computer can't. You have to watch the video that I did around 9 reasons why we will never find life on another planet. It's not really talking about aliens. It's about merging and taking over other planets, and why it is a good video. But I'll link it in the description on this video at the end. But like this, like I'm coming in and my computer needs fixing, but I am the computer myself, right? And I live in a simulator of the world, and I am the computer. And I come in and I plug it in. This is something to do with around, like I said, it was in the Scorpio reading. And I come in, I'm going to plug my thing into you, and then I'm going to glitch it all out, and that's not good enough either. So I need to go to a person for advice. I get advice. Okay, is that good enough? Electronical stuff or whatever it is. No, that don't work. It's like I got the electrical equipment and I came back and I turned it on and it wouldn't work. Why is that? Right? So I need to take it back and complain and say, you know what, I want a receipt for that. And you're like, well, you got your receipt, where's your receipt? And you're like, well, I lost my receipt. Like, there's no receipt, there's nothing to say that you ever give me anything. And someone's going to start complaining, right? So, I don't know, like, well, okay, well, I came in and I bought this, but there's no receipt to say that I got it from here. And you're like, well, I'm sorry, but I can't give you your money back. I can't give you your money back because you bought it. And you're like, no, I didn't buy it. And you're like, well, you can't prove it. So someone keeps trying to prove, fuck knows what this is. Like, prove, like, well, you can't prove that you gave me anything for something. Because is it like a physical receipt? Is it like a receipt? I mean, if this is to do with like tarot and stuff like that, man, I always keep all of my... I mean, is this to do with tax, for instance, and you've got no receipts to say that you bought something and you can't prove that you bought it? Me, I keep everything. I keep everything. If it's digital, if you're looking at like, and I'm right, and it's around like digital software and stuff like that, right? I never give my secrets away of what I do, but I always keep everything to say, because if you look at digital transaction, whether this be like Bitcoin and stuff like that, right? When everything that is bought digitally, there's a digital footprint to say that it was bought all of the time, right? So this is kind of like if you're dealing with tax and you're dealing with like Libra and it's dealing with like tax, physical or a taxi service or like taxis, like if you have a taxi run and something like that, it can't be proved that that ever really happened. Because you could just say, I mean, is someone trying to write off books or trying to write tax off or trying to write something off? Like they've had an accident and we're going to try and like claim off the insurance, but it never happened. Or like we're going to try and prove something that did happen, but we're going to try and prove that it really didn't. Of like anything that is digitally like transactions. Like, you know, this can be, like I said, someone's going through their receipts and dockets of like what did you buy throughout the year and so on and so forth and all of these kind of things. I mean, I don't know if anybody wants any advice. Always make sure that you keep everything. Mine are always locked in so many different places that I never really lose track of really where I am. I kind of always really try to keep up to date with all of that, right? I don't do my tax myself. I pay for someone to do my tax. But like, I don't know what this is, because Libra had this where there was a string of failed attempts of trying to prove that someone wasn't paying them enough money, or someone was complaining that they wasn't getting enough for their money of what they had. And this was involving like a boss and God knows what else, and it went off again. Your same messages are coming through as a 4 energy of Scorpio, Sagittarius, and it's kind of trickling through around those people that may be going to court and trying to like prove, because this is it. It could be where you're going to court and you're trying to prove something that you can't prove, which can also be people that are on a goddamn twin flame metaphysical shit thing going on, and I keep trying to prove the fact that other people are telling me that it's over, but I won't accept that, and I need to complain at them. 11:11 on the clock, right? So again, I'm trying to prove something that can't be proved. Well, that's metaphysical. You aren't never going to prove that. You're never going to find an answer that's satisfactory enough to say someone else is gone. If this is, because Sagittarius, y'all guys, I'll be honest with you, you came up in another reading that I just did, and I can't remember because I've deleted them all now, and they're on YouTube. So it was either Libra or it was Scorpio, Sagittarius, right? But you came up here, and there was a person that was in like a good relationship, had everything set up, and it was all very good. On this side, your card did come out. I didn't get to what those messages were until Patron, but that was really someone that really needed to start to like move on, is to move on, because somebody here was in a great standing relationship. Somebody here was on the metaphysical side, and they were losing everything, right? So I don't know if that's representing you or not, but if you're not a part of my Patron, then you're not really going to know what those answers are. You don't have to join. I'm just telling you that that came out differently than what it is on YouTube. When I do readings here, I can only give you what's here. How that turns out, that's down to you for what that's going to mean, right? But this is like having to go to court, or it's like I can't prove the fact that you did something to me and blah, 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 but I know you did that, but I can't prove that. But it's driving me crazy because I'm having to go to court and I've lost my fucking mind and blah, 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 because I'm being dragged through hell. So something like Capricorn energy, and you're looking at like six energies of Capricorn. So you're looking at numerology of also Gemini possible placements. But again, when you look at general readings, Sagittarius, if you haven't watched any of my videos that are provided below that tell you about the numerology, because when a tarot reader starts calling out, you just have to watch my numbers reading and how we speak and talk in numbers, and how I pick all of these cards up in numbers. Please watch the videos because they're going to help you, okay? There's a playlist that takes you to the whole lot, right? And it is provided below as a link to playlist, and then they're all listed there where it'll give you loads of educational thoughts of how to look at things, okay? But your message seems to be coming through. It's around trying to prove someone like innocent before proven guilty. Like, no, I'm an innocent party in all of this. No, you're guilty. Like, no, you're innocent. No, you're guilty. Like, guilty pleasure. You're dealing with like Gemini energies, the forbidden fruit. Like, I'm picking up like a Gemini in reverse. Again, man, it was in another reading. I'm picking up like a Gemini Capricorn feeling in reverse, but because I'm looking at you versus them, it doesn't really matter who it is. I'm looking at someone that's got unrequited love. Like a love, like a twin flame. And they like think that they're in love with the person, and then you get the energy of like blocked, not blocked, blocked, don't know. And then I'm looking for an answer of about blocks and why I was blocked and why I didn't want to know in the first place, and then I did and then I don't. And it's like yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, do, don't, glitch, fucking lost my mind, don't know what I'm doing, and now I'm complaining at everybody else that basically gives me the same answer, which is move on. No, right? It means no, no means no, right? So I get this feeling that somebody in this energy is never really satisfied and happy with what they've got. Now, like I said, if you can't pinpoint where that excess of is coming from a 2, which is like a Libra, okay, you can look at your life path or healing year number, and you can look at your partner, but you can add your partner's and yours numbers together and see what that comes to, right? So if you've got a lot of beef with a person, and it's like a workmate or a work thing, okay, But look at a person that you have the most amount of conflict with, right? The most amount of conflict with, whether it be a mother or father. Look at your life path number and look at theirs, okay? Your life path number and theirs, and then add those together and come back to the energy of what that is. Now, if that comes up as 2, that comes up as a Libra reading, okay, for you, somewhere, okay? So, like I said, you can do that as well, because that will make most sense if you're like, well, where are these energies coming from, and why do people keep mentioning like a Libra or a Sagittarius or something, but I don't have it in my chart and they don't, but why do they come up in my reading all of the time? Like I said, look at your numerology. Look at the energy of where it's coming from, of like you and a mother, for instance, and you're like always at hammer and tongue, man, because this is how you'll find your north and south energies, right? Your polar, bipolar, fight, flight energy. Also, your karmic loops that you can't get rid of, no matter what door it is that you open, do you constantly run into the same energy? So you could be dealing with someone like me, a 7, right? But like constantly all of the time, right? So look at that, look at the person, add those numbers together, come up with a number, and then watch the video that'll explain to you what the cards are that represent the numbers. Okay, Sagittarius. So we're doing a Sagittarius. Sagittarius is a 5. So you can watch also a Taurus, okay, a Taurus, okay. So Sagittarius, Taurus energies, 5, life path 5, healing year number 5. Right? So I know it can be very complicated, Sagittarius, but I'm trying to really educate people in a different way, all right, in a different way. So you don't have to take note of me. You know, people are going to hate on me all the time for having a different opinion and a different way of looking at it. But for the people that really follow me a lot, you know, the videos that you watch are going to help you out more, trust me, in the end, of understanding the energy, right? It's trying to understand yourself. So you got someone that sees a fish as a selfish person, okay, is what I keep picking up, or something to do with a selfie or a selfie stick, or something to do with that. But I'm hearing beat me with your rhythm stick, something to do with like, I don't know, music or something like that, or someone's in competition, and is always competing to beat people. And then through that competition, they get very angry, very violent. You've got like a sociopath energy around you, I really feel it, of someone that gets very, very angry at people. Like, and I mean, when you're looking at sociopath energies, okay, Sagittarius, give me a second. Let's come out of this energy, right? Let's come out of this energy of all of this shedding blame and hatred upon everybody, right? Let's just take a seat, Sagittarius, right? When you're going through conflict, when you're arguing with somebody, you're going to be showing loads of signs of control, right? They think you're controlling and you think they're controlling. And this does not matter who you come up as a component in life. It's because you're shedding a lot of anger on each other. And during those times, during war, is when you're going to say, you're a narc. War means 9 of wands, right? It means 9 of wands. It means that I am fighting with you and against you to pay you back. Now, as a party, an innocent one, they make you feel as if you're paying them like no respect and God knows what else. But you are paying them back. You're paying each other's karma back, right, to one another. But you're going to feel guilty for that because you are the guilty party, believe it or not, even though you know you're innocent. You're going to feel as if you're the guilty party, because you're paying it back for soulmates that are coming at you to let you know that there's a complaint that you did to me in the past life. So you have to deal with that energy. And the only way you ever deal with the energy is forgiveness. Is learning to forgive people for what they did. Because really it's what you did. It's what you did that they don't like, but it's what you did to them in a past life. So the only way that you ever really get out of these karmic hell loops is by finding forgiveness. Because that's when you don't see the other party as a raving fucking lunatic in life, right? It's because I can guarantee you that or Gary or Tina, or Tina, you're right, Tina, but like, you know, when you see someone as a controlling narc in life, they're going to see you as a controlling narc in life, right? They are, because you're narking them off. You're narking on Evan's door, right? So you're like, man, you're pushing my buttons. You're a narc. Oh yeah, well no, you are. No, you are. No, you are. No. So you're going to see everybody as a controlling, glitched out computer that don't understand that the only way we ever really come together, like come together right now over me, right, is where no, it's over, it's finished, they're a narc, I've moved on, well, I've walked away, and I've been saying that for the last 10 years. Well, how long's a piece of string? You could have been doing this for a month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. How long's time? Right. So it doesn't matter. All it matters is that until you can find forgiveness for the other person, you're not going to settle the energy down. I guarantee you won't see them as a controlling person anymore, right? Because you're giving over power to a narc. In order to understand narcissism and the goddamn predicament that we are in, to stop fighting with them, you have to give them what they want, right? Which means that, no, fuck that, no am I not. No am I not giving over to that energy. But we've been doing this for the last 10 years, and I can't stand you even more than what I did when we first started. But then some days it's okay. When I've learned to understand that I have to give control over to the person that's controlling. That's the only way they are ever satisfied, is by giving them what they want, the guilty pleasure. Let them feel pleasured by treating you like shit. Now, if you're being beaten and everything else, then obviously you don't stay around for those energies. But when you're looking at karmic energy, the only way you get out of a hell loop is by finding forgiveness, is by understanding the person is a raving lunatic. And now and again, I have to give them what it is that they want. Okay. If they hate the way I am and they constantly complain at the way I am, then all I can really do is kill with kindness. Kill people with kindness. Be kind to them. I know it's difficult. I know it's difficult. But you can only ever really find forgiveness of where they forgive you. You see, you look at it, well, no, I'm not forgiving you, I'm not forgiving you. But the only way you find forgiveness is that the person that's controlling has to forgive you. That's why they keep coming at you constantly, because of what you did in a past life, right? So basically, they're always going to think and feel that you need to forgive them, right? But what they're really doing is that they keep coming at you because you're not forgiving them. Do you know what I'm saying? It does get complex, definitely in my head. But like, you know, they are searching for redemption. They are searching for the energy of physical forgiveness. They think that they're not going to forgive you. They're not forgiving you. That's until you forgive them and let them be who they are. You'll be going through these hell loops for like fucking ages. For like until, well, how long's ages? When you're in my head, forever. How long is that? Forever. Trevor, but like how long's that? Forever. Unless you're listening to Turning Breaks, one of my favourite songs by Turning Breaks, it's called Forever. Okay. But yeah, you could be dealing with a Cancerian somewhere. But like I said, it doesn't matter where you run or where you go, you're never going to get out of this. We're being tortured as physical souls, physically tortured. Okay, now some are better off than others, but trust me, everybody has drama. I got married at one point. I'm in a great marriage now, but we argue all the time. But I was married before. We had children together and God knows what else. And I spent 5 years going through my awful divorce. I lost my parent. I lost my son. I lost my brother. I lost... Everybody in life is tortured constantly, right? So all I feel for your main messages here, Sagittarius, is that you're going through hell. Like, you know, you're going through this karmic loop of, if it isn't one thing, it's another. If it isn't one complaint, it's another complaint. It's people that are just coming at you left, right and centre complaining. Now, if it isn't you, then it's you complaining at other people somehow here. Okay? But that, but that aspect can come from any part of your chart. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, North Node. Don't matter of the placement, it just matters of the number. The number that represent that, right? So you're a Sagittarius Sun, you can watch it as a Taurus 5, even if it was in your moon. Don't matter, okay? You'll find the messages there, believe me, they will be there. Okay, I'll be there. Jackson 5, Jackie, Julian, Jason, Justin, Jasmine, Jackie, Brown. Okay, Jack. But yeah, I'll be there, Jackson 5. So you've got Jackie that's a 5 here somewhere, 5. And you're looking at Sagittarius, a Jackie that is a Sagittarian energy somewhere, within their Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, North Node. See, the trouble is that you forgive them, but then they torture you even more. You see, whichever way you run, right, you run through another door. So when you're having a huge argument with a partner, you go to your mum or your mother-in-law, right? And then that seems to have calmed down for a bit, and you're like, yeah, and you have a bit of a discussion, yeah, blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden, they flip out. And you're like, now I'm having a go at you. And you're like, okay, well, that's strange, because at the same time that this is happening, the same time have I just made up with my ex or my partner, right? And then the dimensions that these go off into is that now I'm arguing with my mother or my mother-in-law, but now I see, or Laura, and now I actually seem to be getting on really well with my ex because we've got back together. You see? Doesn't matter where you run, you can't hide. Right? Jamie Hyde, Jackal and Hyde. Someone that could be bipolar shit. I don't know. But like, something like that. I don't know. Jackal and Hyde. Jackal. The Jackal. But anyway. So, Sagittarius. Sagittarius, tell me, how does Sagittarius, his partner, think and feel about Sagittarius? How does Sagittarius, his partner, think and feel? Oh, gee, that one flew out straight in reverse. Again, came up this side in another reading. First card out here. And it's a Queen of Swords. Okay, so look for that reading. I think it was the last couple. The last couple. You see, someone's already coupled up. Couple. I keep hearing cuff, butt, dibble, and grub. Grubs. Scrubs. No scrubs. No scrubs? They sung a song, right? No scrubs? Somebody do no scrubs. Okay, somebody here, there's this energy of like someone being in prison, like wearing like orange is the new black or something like that, or like scrubs. Scrub it. You see, scrub it. Like someone's like Cinderella here, and someone like forces someone to scrub the floor. Like, go on, Cinders, get down there and scrub it. Someone's trying to wash money here, like wash money. Is this like on like Bitcoin or something like that, and someone's investing into like other businesses but washing money and doing it illegally, like washing cash basically? So like money laundering, taking in someone's dirty washing. I mean, I don't know, but someone's like a window licker or something, I don't know, or like yeah, they're trying to like wash money. They keep saying, they keep putting their, like a person that puts one business through another business and they wash the money through one business. But I mean, I don't know if that's illegal or not, right? But you know, don't worry about that. If there's anything to do with this, me, I know what I'm fucking doing. But like, I don't know, like wash money, but doing it illegally. By like, okay, I don't have a business, but I'm going to say I have a business. Or like, I have this business and this business all runs through this business. And then because there's a load of businesses, we can then pretty much kind of like wash the money through a business. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't know what on earth that is, why they keep saying like washing money. I mean, is this Ozark? Ozark. Washing Ozark. I'm watching Ozark. I mean, is season 3 coming out yet? But like Ozark, like, but washing money, laundering, a laundry mat, or the name Matt or Matthew or Matty, or Matt. That came up. It was in a Libra reading. It was Father Mackenzie. In the summer and nobody hears. No one is here, all the lonely people, where do they all belong? But like, yeah, I keep hearing that. I get all the lonely people. But Father Mackenzie, something to do with Mackie or Mac, or Muck, or Muggin, or like, pack it up, pack it in, let me begin, Mr. McGinn. Or like Mr. Magoo. What on earth is that? Mr. Magoo? Goo. On your marks, get set, go. It's got to be to do with a Cancerian somewhere. But like, I don't know what this is for. Scorpio. Aries. But like laundry, unless somebody's a cleaner and they're like over cleanly, like man, I can't keep track of where the hell you're doing. You clean everything, man. Someone is like OCD, or you're watching the OC on television. But like the OCD, like somebody's like OCD, they do too much. Or the OC, hospital, something like that. Too many hours, too many people with a piece of cake. That was your last mistake. You threw your love away and thrown it into. This is a lover. This is a mother. This is someone. This is a mother, because I'm hearing this is a lover mother. This is like a Gemini Capricorn, and you threw your love away. Because my love does it good. Oh, my love. Only my love holds the other key to me. Oh, my love. Oh, my love. Only my love does it good to me. Paul McCartney. See, that was what. Oh wow, man! I played that at my father's funeral. Was that song? As soon as I heard it, I opened the door. I picked the music. You know, during my dad's funeral, this could be your mum or your dad or something like that got lost in the family or someone. Okay. But yeah, come up for a Libra reading. But you know, when I picked the music, this is Claire, man. This is Claire and Chris. Are you watching? By any chance? Did you get that video that I sent you? Right around Taurus. Okay. Sagittarius, Taurus. There you go, Claire. You're a Capricorn cusper. Sagittarius, Capricorn cusper. Right. But Paul McCartney, man, your mum has been giving me loads of messages lately around Paul McCartney. Beatles. Right. But I like it all the lonely people. But that's what I did at my father's funeral also. Everything was like, hey Jude. No, mine was Little Lamb Butterfly by Paul McCartney. And then, yeah, my love. So that's going to be a messed up cycle of your numerology then, if anybody out there is a cusper of this energy. Because if you are like, say, a Sagittarius Capricorn cusper, you're going to be a Sagittarius Taurus Capricorn cusper of Capricorn Gemini. So you'll watch those energies. Right? I know it's a bit difficult, right? But I read numerology. So let's see anyway, let's just get on with the bit where everybody's like, man, this is a boring reading. I just want to know what the answer is, what you're telling me, what my future's coming up. I've told you already, bruv. Freddy's nightmares. Someone's having nightmares on Mars, night Mars. It is. This is your brother, Chris also. Okay, Ma, somebody lost their mum. Or Bruno Mars. I'm also hearing Bruno Mars. Right, Bruno Mars? Or Bruno? Bruno. You're right there, Brew. 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 Butter. 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 Phone jacker. Phone Jackie. Saying phone Jackie. Butter. Butter. Hello, my name's Braven, but it's welcome to Burn Purr. Somebody does not take themselves very seriously. Probably wind somebody up. Must be me. But anyway, hello everybody. Welcome to Listen, the most amount of thing is that I give you my energy, some time, Sagittarius. But let's see, how does Sagittarius' partner think and feel about Sagittarius? How does Sagittarius' partner think and feel about Sagittarius? Well, batshit crazy. I mean, you know, there you go. I'm sorry, man. Some people just, sorry seems to be the hardest word. Some people will not accept it, you see. Some people will not accept an answer as an answer. And if an answer has already been given to someone and they don't like the fact that the answer has already been given to them, they will never be fucking satisfied with any answer that they get. That's why you've got this answer. This person is literally karmically out of control. They're trying to control Saturn. They're trying to control destiny. Good luck. Go to as many different readers or whatever it is that you like to try and find the same answer that you keep coming up with, that it's afraid not. It's a Piscean energy that's probably pissing you off now. Right? That's what I'm saying. There is no answer. If you haven't had one, right, if you've like, no, we ghosted me and everything else and I haven't spoke to them and God knows what else and blah, blah, blah. They didn't speak, I didn't speak, and I haven't spoke to them in like anything longer than like 5 months or 6 months. The people don't run off with karmics. They run away from people that are fucking lunatics. They do. Your computer is glitched to shit, right? Fucking hell. You know, you right there, Cinderella? How's the Tin Man? The twin flame, twin flame, and like the Tin Man is like standing there, like smashing his head up against a brick wall, like twin flame, don't compute, like, and it's like looking like everything's like all split out and all his wires have gone crazy and God knows what else. And like, so anyway, you want to be in a relationship? No, I don't. No. Do you want to be anywhere around me? No, I don't. Your energy stinks. I'm sorry, but you know, it's a bad taste in someone's mouth. Someone's got a bitter taste. Their energy is not great. It's kind of like there's something wrong with a person here. That's why this isn't right or wrong. That's why this person will never accept that things are ever right or wrong. Now, like I was saying right at the beginning, you have to learn to forgive. But this this person cannot even forgive themselves here. They're probably very selfish, or like just, I don't know, they see a fish as very selfish. There's just like a huge energy of like blame here for a person that they don't get on with. But why is the person here? Because if this is metaphysically, you ain't supposed to be here. That's why I say it to a lot of people. If this is metaphysically, you ain't supposed to be in that, right? It has to physically be happening. Right, it has to physically be happening to know that it is. That's the better the devil you know, is that it's physically happening. If this is metaphysical psychic warfare of people fighting over, no, I'm a psychic and they're not, and I don't like what they do or what they say because they just know. Right? So you've got all of this shit here, completely like this person's lost their mind. Well, I don't know. This party definitely sees this person because, you know, how you think and feel is that your partner has lost their mind. So why is it that you're here then? You know, why is it that you're here? Because there's people like I said, they watch tarot stuff or whatever it is, alright, and they're never satisfied with what they get, but they keep going back to others to get like other answers that are never really told to them either. So I'm just going to run from my karma and go and get something from a person, but I don't like how they speak or how they talk, but I basically get my answer, which is still not good enough. Okay. So you get people that complain, and this is all to do with like work and everything, right? Complain, you know. But like I said, these can show up in any form or any manner. It doesn't matter, right? It means that you've got a hell of a karmic cycle going on with a person. This person here, they will not accept that the answer has already been given. The answer has already been given. I'm afraid not. Right? No. Right? No, you can't. No, you won't. No, you don't. So it can be an answer of like, you know what, I've been searching for this energy for so long, and how long is a piece of string? You tell me. You tell me how long metaphysics is. It doesn't matter about time, it's a matter about the answer. How long it is, it doesn't matter a shit. It matters, has the answer been proven to you, the fact that multiple of people have told you no. Right? No, well, I don't like to get the answer of no. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for you to tell me the answer that it's going to work. You're fighting the planet. You're not fighting anybody else. You're out of control because you're trying to control what isn't meant for you. That's why it isn't there. Things that are not there don't work because they ain't there. If they are, focus on what works, not what doesn't work. Focus on the things that make you go, that works. Well, I'm going to focus on that one thing that works, not on the things that don't. Right? Nobody knows the answers to life, not really. Okay, because life evolves and it changes and people come up with other ideas and things. But the thing with an idea is blind. That's why Elijah keeps saying, I've got no idea. What do you call a blind deer? No idea. What do you call a deer with no eyes? No idea. How do you navigate yourself through life? I don't know. I'm lost. Right? Blind faith. I'm just going off blind faith that one day this will be better than what it is now. No. Because even if you get a new job, you've got to become established at it. Even if you buy a mortgage, you've got to pay it off for the rest of your life. If you buy a £10,000 or £20,000 or £30,000 or £40,000 car, you've got to pay it off. Unless you've got it. If you've got it and you pay it off, then you've got to rebuild the money that you've just spent. So you're constantly looking for hope. Hope, right? Hope is what we think is heaven. No, that's called hope though, Steve. Have you ever seen heaven? Have you ever been there in a little rowboat clap clap, like a Capricorn Gemini energy, right? Is anything in life ever really shown you that it's fair? Right? No, that's not fair. That's not what I wanted. Fuck me. I mean, how grateful or ungrateful was you maybe as a child? That's not fair. I wanted a 3-wheeler bike, not a 2. I wanted more for that. I'll go somewhere else. You know? Well, I will. I have. That's all I can hear is people complaining all over the place, man. Complaining with or at, it doesn't matter of the placement, the numerology, anything, it doesn't matter. The main message at the moment is that somebody is complaining about everything. Everything. And I keep picking up that people are searching for answers out there that are never given to them. Well, if you haven't had an answer in like 5 months, 6 months, something like that, and you haven't had an answer, that is one. No answer at all whatsoever if it doesn't come from either party, and you haven't had any answer, that answer is been given to you already. It means that there isn't one. It isn't coming or going. You're not reaching out, they ain't. You've blocked each other. You're blocked to shit. So it means, what does that mean, Steve? That answer is a no. If you can't hear that, you're like, well, I'm going to go somewhere else and get the same answer that's no. Or someone else that might be able to tell me the answer yes. Doesn't matter. The answer here has been soundingly no, right? Which means that it could be that silent that you can't hear it. When I can hear it, I only have to really say, sorry, but the energy I keep hearing is the answer of no. No. It's best to move on. The answer is no. Some people in life, they can't accept that. Can't accept that the answer is no. They can't accept the fact that they haven't never had an answer. I've been fighting people at court for God knows how long, and I've never got any answer whatsoever. I lost my mum or I lost my child to something and they went missing 10, 20 years ago, and I've never been able to find them at all. And, you know, I've had people that have asked me to find a needle in a haystack because I'm a medium. I can't tell you that. You know, my son went missing so many years ago, and can you tell me where it is and what house and number that they live at? I don't know. I don't know. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, no, I need to keep finding them. I don't know if they died. I mean, I think that's here for someone. I don't know if they ever died or if they ever passed or anything like that. They passed and all I say to people is just watch my channel. I'll channel their name and stuff, but I can never really tell you if they're passed and stuff like that, right? You can't, you know, you have to know that somebody has died, because if a medium tells you, you know what, I can hear their name and everything, and the person's died, you know, that's still not concrete fact, I don't feel. You know, I can probably channel spirit messages from the deceased, but on here, I'm going to hear all kinds of names, like all kinds of names and things, and I ain't going to be able to tell you if one name represents 1,000 of you out there, really. Because like I said, I've said so many names to a lot of you, like, oh my God, that's my name, and I've said Steve, and I'm like, man, is this me? right? And I think it's me, but then I've had 4 people that say, oh, I'm Steve. Oh, I'm Steve also. Oh, it's Steve Austin. Or the name Austin Underwood also. But like, you know, 4 or 5 people have come up and said their name is Steve. This is also a Steve. You know, this is also a Steve here. Steve. Could be a Capricorn itself and a possible energy of Gemini, and works for a Libra. My old boss, so this is also a person that's called Jan, Julian, Jason, and Justin, and also possible Jasmine. This is also a boss, and this is the mother, and this is the son called Stephen. Okay, so this is representing also in my life. Okay, so, but again, my old boss, Jan, another person on here called Jan. You right, Jan? How are you getting on at work? Is it going good? Right, Jan, son, Steve. They work for a taxi company. They've possibly been watching this channel for God knows how long. I've got no idea. I don't know. I've never been told. Don't know. I just keep channeling messages for them, left, right, and centre all of the time. But this is a Jan and this is a Steve. Right here. So, not all of you, obviously, right? But majority of you, Jan, Julian, Jason, Justin, Jasmine, right here. Steve. So, some of you here, this is all around someone's business. This is a clique, a group, came up for ages, Groupon, Coupon, Couplin, Cooper, Trooper, or like something to do with a star, Aquarius. But again, a negative, you couldn't get any people that are more negative around this energy here. Whether it be these or not these or whoever these are, I don't care. But this is a negative clique. This is a negative person here. Negative. This could be a positive person, but this person's negative to this person. You can't see through the grey. So the name Grey, or Macy Gray, or like Gary, okay, or Tina. Okay, so you really are watching my channel. So this is Steve, and then Tina, okay, you're watching, so Robinson. So you could also be called Rob, or Robinson, okay, and Rob, but Tina, Robinson, Steve, Robinson, Jan, Robinson. Okay, so what I'm channeling through a lot of you that may not know that those other people are getting messages, whether they're watching or not. This is Rob, or Robin, okay, Robin. But these people are apparently robbing people, right? So that's down to you guys to, I don't know, I don't care. Like I said, I don't care. Okay, but like, yeah, robbing. I keep hearing robbing. Taking people through, see, a business. This is all like devious, Devi, Evie, Stevie, Devi, Mevi, whatever, Mivi, I don't know, but like, again, like business, underhanded business, paying people off, trying to get something from a person that's underhanded tactics here. Unfair advantage, trying to beat the competition to make an advantage and to make someone a spectacle or something like that is also what I'm hearing. So Sagittarius, how does Sagittarius's partner think and feel about Sagittarius? So because we are looking at your partner, how they think and feel. How does Sagittarius's partner think and feel? How does Sagittarius's partner think and feel? Okay, that you're divorced, for a lot of you, that you've got children, blah, 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 so on and so forth. Someone believes the fact that the other person's gone. And if you don't, they have. Gone, out the door, bam, Jim Morrison. Backdoor man. Someone's in a same-sex relationship. This is 2 men, maybe. Or there is a same-sex relationship here somewhere. Okay. Somewhere over the rainbow, birds flying high. Oh yeah, Jim Morrison, right? Bird of prey, flying high in the summer sky. Summer. This is a child called Summer. Here, Summer. Or like sunny, or this is a sun, which would be like a Leo energy. But I'm hearing in the summer sky. Someone's also from Somerset, or upset, or Roxette, Roxanne, Roxy. Okay, a proxy. Also hearing a proxy. Proximeter mine. Really? Be careful of those fuckers. But like a proximeter. Proxy. So a proxy is also something to do around a computer. Computer proxy. This person works around computers. Computer says no. Computer, a proxy. I'm trying to think what a proxy is. Hold on a minute. I used to do things around computers a long time ago. Computer proxy. So that's I think that's like a well, that's a block. That's like a hold on a minute. When you set up a proxy, that is an IP address. An IP address. Yeah. So this is an address, but this is like okay. Someone has a false account. Someone has another account on their computer. They set up energies that are a proxy, which means they tell their computer. This person rips things off. They rip music off and stuff like that. They go on uTorrent and things like that, or they set up an energy that things that you can call a, I don't know, whatever it is you can put in. I forget what they're called now. I don't have them myself, but well, it's a proxy. You can go into your computer and set up a false account for a proxy, right? Which tells you that you're not actually from this country. You're from another one. And this is where this energy is getting confused around computers and setting up proxies and false accounts, is sending it offshore to other families and to other people, right? So a proxy will pretty much tell your computer that it belongs in another country, basically. So you can get these things that are well, I get mine free with my all of my equipment and stuff. I get free ones. But you can set up like oh man, what are they called? What are they called? Like I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I forget what it's called. But it's the same thing, right? Is a proxy. So basically, someone here is setting up things of like guards, guards. Okay, I'm hearing the Royal Guard, the Royal Family, or the Royal Guard. Okay, this is the Royal Guard. Sorry to always do this to you, Sagittarius, but like I said, Prince Philip, he was a Gemini, but Gemini is going to come up as a 6 of Capricorn here. So this is the Royal Guard. This is the family Jules, Jules Verne, Julian, Jason, Justin, or Jules. But this is like I've got things locked away of like Jules and like the Queen's Guard or something like that, or someone from London. This person could be from London. But somebody's ripping things off, like they're using uTorrent, and they're palming the stuff off that's from uTorrent. Now I don't know if this person's saying that it's theirs or something like that, but they're ripping the energy off of like a proxy, which means they're physically stealing people's videos or something like that. Or setting up proximity like accounts, like multiple. Okay, this person could well be getting false subscribers. I can guarantee you this isn't me. These are people that offer you things here, that offer you things, say like, okay, because I've had them myself and I just delete them. Okay, hello, you know, my email, we're just going to offer you, like, you can pay us to give you loads of false subscribers and false. You'll not get it that way. And you'll not pay for subscribers either, because your content has to be great. And if it isn't, you'll just be spending loads of money to get loads of subscribers, and then basically when all that false witchcraft crap, if that's what you believe in, or anything else, all wears off, all you're left with is fake false stuff, right? So, you know, but I'm hearing that somebody's like trying to buy subscriptions, or they're trying to like use other channels for their subscription rates, which is why I'm out, and I have been for a while. They use other people for a leg up, which means that I'm going to use your channel to build up my channel, but use you in the process, okay? Which means that really, I want something from you, but I'm only doing it to get something from you. No. No, 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 no. I don't know what that's for, but please nobody come at me with their channel. you know, because I'm going to have to trust you, right? And if I don't know you, then I don't trust you, right? Sorry to be the bearer of that, you know, and I don't know what this is for here. So why does that not work? Why does that not really work? Okay, when you mix and mingle with other channels, right? Why does that not really work? Okay, so my belief is very strong, right? My belief is very strong, opinionated person. It's very strong, right? I have a certain rule of thumb, which means that I stick by my conditioning of my calling, right? I have to stick by what I know best, because that's what I work better for myself, with my calling. Now, it doesn't mean that I don't work well with others. It means that I rub people up the wrong way by what I say, because I'm a channeler. Right? That's why I say to people so many times, don't worry about me. I don't care, because I don't know people, right? Just look at the messages itself. But when someone speaks messages, it pisses other people off when you end up evolving your channel the way you are. Because you have to love who you are. You have to love who you are and what you are worth to yourself. But if you work for someone else, they can make you feel as if that you are worthless because you don't believe in what they do. So if you work for other channels and people are like, okay, I'm going to, you know, all of this stuff, but then you start saying things like I did, which was my calling, everybody then suddenly turns against you because of what was for you at one point is no longer. And that's why that same energy is still here. Is because the person that was with you at one point and was for you is no longer for you because of how you speak and what you say. They don't like that. That person actually physically said that themselves. Right? I didn't ask for anything. I did not ask for a thing. Right? This is probably coming up for you guys. Again, don't look at me, I don't give a shit here. But again, these are people that are all trying to benefit off other people's channels. Right? And, you know, like I said, you have to love what you love and you have to stick by your calling of what you know. When you're interfered with another person, if they soon and the milk turns sour and they don't like what you say, they'll turn against you real quick. They'll turn against you. They really will. And like this channel, for instance, I can lose subscribers all of the time. They won't like, they like you, but then when you give them something and you say things that they don't like and they don't agree with, which is basically the truth, they fucking hate it. And they will not, well, I'm not listening to that crap anymore. You didn't give me what I wanted, right? You speak in a certain way that disrespects me, but it's my channel. You see, when you are involved with other channels, you have to stick with an authentic rule of thumb of who you are. And when you interfere with another person's calling, your energy is going to glitch. Because you'll feel as if the other person is saying, okay, I'm a life coach, right? For instance, and I'm going to teach you all of this stuff. And then the other person, when you're connected with the channel, is saying, you know what, I don't actually believe in all of that stuff. I think that that's wrong and that's, but I feel bad now for having to like say the opposite because that's what I feel, the opposite. Polar. Doesn't matter who this is or where it is. The energy of a placement of astrology is going to say, okay, you did all of this, blah, blah, blah. Over we go. But now you don't like what they do or what they say. So your energy is like this. Right here with these cards, right? But a person has a freedom of speech to be or do or whatever they want or whatever they say. But when you work with energies, you're never going to work with anybody around tarot communities and the land of the world. The land of the free, the one-eyed man is king, right? So you get people that try to outdo people, and trust me, you get people that are like, well, they've got 100 million subscribers. That's not fair. That's, you know... I mean, if people ever shout me out, they have done in the past, great, thank you so much. You know, thank you so much. But I've had people that have like shouted me out and then gone against me because I've spoke channeling. Because I've spoke channeling, right? So when you look at people, when you look at people's channel, they educate, they speak, and they are mediums or they are tarot readers in different ways. They do different things. You can't be the same as somebody else. You got to look for something that's authentic about yourself. You can't copy it because it just doesn't work, right? So you're ripping things off. So what you've got here is this kind of energy of like when you work with people around like tarot and stuff like that, they all go ballistically crazy because a person's belief starts to change. But they feel as if they're in control by the other person, that they can't have their own mind and their own right to say what they want. right? So when you're like, okay, no, you can dish all of these kind of things over to here and all of that, and blah, 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 and then a person starts to have their own calling and think, you know what, I'm actually seeing things slightly different. So in order for me to be authentic, to find myself, I'm going to have to start changing the way I actually think. But I can't, because I'm connected with another person that might think that I'm wrong for doing it. And that is where you've got yourselves into a lot of shit. Here. You've got yourselves into a lot of shit. Right, here. You have, I'm sorry, it could even be me. I could even be involved in it. I ain't, as far as I know, but trust me, this person here somewhere is going to have a beef with somebody. And if they're not speaking about it, they've still got like a secret vendetta against the person somehow or somewhere. But it's all been set off for this kind of thing. Minion energy, sending off other people to tell other people about things and whisper and lie and not know and really don't know and all of the crap. I mean, Jesus, man, what is it? Child's play? Or is it Chucky? Or is it poor Tyler? You know? Poor Tyler. Right. Everybody, for instance, right? There you go. Tyler's Tarot. Who doesn't know about Tyler's Tarot? Go over and say hello if you want, but don't tell him I sent you. Right? But, you know, people do whatever you like. Right? But I did that because I said that off my own back. I don't want anything in return for it. I just said, Tyler's Tarot. Who doesn't know about Tyler's Tarot? Jesus. Right? But if you like Tyler's Tarot, go over there. If this is Tyler, you right, Tyler? I don't know. Could be another Tyler. Right? But, like, do you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like I just done that and said that off my own back. Right? I didn't need asking to do that. He wouldn't need all of my subscribers because he's got fucking shitloads more than me. Right? So I don't want anything back in return for it. I'm not expecting that, but like I said that off my own back. Okay? So I have got no idea where the hell your reading is going through, or what someone's going through here. It's got to be caught, right? It's got to be caught. It's got to be family businesses. It's got to be money involved. It's got to be like people's subscriptions rates or people's like, I don't know, like fucking, I don't know, their rates have just gone up and you end up paying more like, oh, it's not fair. I live in a building department and then all of a sudden my rates went up and I have to pay more rent to the person that we're renting the building off because my room is bigger and I have 2 bedrooms and these people have 1 bedroom, but my rates have gone up? Yeah, because you've got 2 bedrooms, you've got kids. You know, well, that's not fair, I've got 7 kids, we need more money from the government. Well, fuck me. You know, what do you think life's going to be like when you have children? You know? Yeah, well, I'm going to have to blame him because he ain't around anymore to help. Well, you know, that's your karma for you. That's what you've been dealt. That's your hand you've been dealt. Right? Or the name Del, or Derek Kane. You're supposed to blow the bloody doors off. Right? Well, like, or Jim. The doors. But anyway, let's see. So, how does Sagittarius think and feel about their partner? How does Sagittarius think about this person? Well, you love them. The devil you love is what you don't know. Right? Is the fact that you might love this person, but this person's just loving on someone else or loving on themselves. Right? But, you know, how you think and feel, Sagittarius, is more than likely that you love this, I don't know, equation that doesn't seem to fit. Yeah, that doesn't seem to work. It's like the sense that has none. It works, but it doesn't. Which doesn't make any whatsoever. Which has to be metaphysical. This whole story could represent one person. That you're in a metaphysical time loop of a person that you feel you love, but they're kind of like doing as they want. I'll do as I want. I'm a masculine energy. I can do what I like. I run things my own way. If you don't like it, piss off. You know, I've been saying that for goddamn ages. If you don't like it, go. You know? Some people in life, they love to torment themselves, you know? They think they're playing games and tormenting with others by casting out spells. Yeah, natural ones. So above, so below. The negative energy of what it is, the fact that I'm going to put out on a person, I'm going to pick that up. And probably people won't never really know it because I'm picking it up as a medium. Right? Yeah, we didn't even know. Of course not. It's never even spoke about. 2 of Cups, but well, this is a glitched out computer. This is a 2 of Cups that was once a relationship And a long, long time ago, I can still remember when that music used to make me cry, and we used to be together and everything was really good, but you left me a long, long time ago. Right? You left me a long time ago. Well, how long has a piece of string been? How long has this been going on? Does it really matter? Does time really exist? How long is a second? 1 second? No. You think it is. Doesn't matter. Time doesn't matter how long you've been doing it, because you're going to be doing it forever. Some people say, well, it's okay, I got rid of my first karmic experience and now I'm not having... If you're having an awakening, you're having that for the rest of your goddamn life, and you can guarantee that, so you might as well make yourself nice and comfortable to realise that this shit in life does not end. Ever. Because as soon as you come back, you go through the same thing. And as soon as you come back, you go through the same thing. Right, so get used to where you are and end up loving the person that you are first, before the energy tries to control any other. Right, here. Because what you've got is somebody that wants this Two of Cups, this side, which could be you, Sagittarius or Taurus, and you want this person here, but this person is off. Rotten or Rotterdam, or they're off, like off, it's gone off, it's rotten, it's there, it's gone off. Which means they're gone. They're gone. Like, gone. Out the door like mustard, gone. Do not ever want a part of this ever more. Here is like, but I love you, Janae. I know what love is, Janae. It's like, no, you don't, because you have the metaphysical karma. Your computer coagulated with this computer at one point. The computer said no. Right? So they went. Our plugs disconnected. Somebody went off and left me with the energy of numbers. I can't compute. I don't know what that means anymore. All I can think is numbers of how much I love you. When will you be coming back? Has anything changed? How long is a piece of string? How long is a motorway? How long is a dual carriageway? How many times can you fly around the earth? How many times does the earth evolve on its axis? Okay, metaphysical. Metaphysical means that you are left in a state of confusion and you can never get out of it, right? You have to focus. Focus on one thing at a time. Complete a cycle and go on with another. So if you're in a third party energy and you've got more shit than you can handle, then focus on completing a cycle. Get divorced first. Get divorced first before you start jumping ship. Right. No, but I'm concentrating on the narc person I can't get divorced from, and they won't leave me alone, and I can't get rid of my husband because he won't give me a divorce, and I want to go over to here to make it up with this person, but I'm still in this karmic loop where I'm still not yet divorced. I have no money, Janai. I can't. So you're going to be here forever. Here. Forever. Trevor. Forever, forever. Okay, so let's see. Because I keep picking up this wandering energy. Like I'm always wandering, and I'm always wandering, and I'm always wondering what this person's doing. Because, like I said, I'm looking at how you think, how your partner thinks and feels about you. That's definitely not how you're thinking about this person. Because you're up in the clouds here, bruv. If this is you, you are completely and utterly up in the clouds. With this person is like, no way, Jose. Like, no way. I'm off. I could be upright in a marriage here. I'm in a commitment. So then this is where you get people like, yeah, they left me for their karmic. Right? No. No, you are not exempt from your own. No. No, you just listened to too many twin flame readers that told you too many times, let's do a reading about their karmics. No. You have karma, that's what you've been left with. Nothing. Nothing. The metaphysical, you've been left with sod all. Right? You've been left in purgatory, in hell, and in a state of confusion of where you think, okay, I'm going to have to wait for this person to wrap up their cycle of their karmic making them into a butterfly and coming back and floating back to me so we can make fluffy, fluffy pillows. You fucking need to wake the fuck up with that one, because that's just on a film. You probably watched too much television as a child. You probably believe in like the Groundhog Day is real. I'm sorry, I'm grilling people here, but you know, the only way I'm ever really going to be able to help each other is by physically like telling you the truth. And if this side, you side, oh, I have a side, I don't care. But if you can't ever listen to someone that tells you, look, the answer's no, this isn't going to happen. You don't believe a person that's actually been through 7 twin flames themselves, right, and is now with my girlfriend. Back again. Do you know how many times me and my girlfriend have broke up? We break up probably every 1 or 2 weeks. We've done that for the last 2 years. Right? We forgive each other. Because the energy of these are about forgiveness. It's about forgiveness. No matter what you go through, you're going to shed a shitload of blame at everybody in life. But your soul is here to experience karma. And it doesn't matter who that is with. It does not matter who that is with. It means that you're going to be paying it back with anybody. So you have to forgive the circumstance that you're in to pay it back. Right? You have to learn to forgive the person and you. Right? You have to learn to forgive the person that done all of that. Like I said, if you've been dragged through court and you're dragging someone through court, trying to get the truth out of them for what they did that hurt you, you're better off taking a loss. Sometimes you're better off taking your losses and cut and run. Right? Just cut and run. You can't cut a cord of a fucking twin flame because that's your awakening. You cannot cut a cord of an awakening. You should have took the red pill. Too late. Too late. You've been watching tarot for 10 years trying to figure out what the fuck is going on with your life. Okay? Too late. The one thing you can't cut is karmic cords because it's an awakening. You can't cut that. Oh, well, I don't want to cut that. I love my gift. Well, then stop trying to cut things you can't see. Because you're trying to cut time and that doesn't work. Okay, so cut it out. Right? But, like, you know, if you've, like, sometimes, like I said, the best advice I can give you sometimes is cut and run. Is to cut and run. Is to think, okay, how many years have I been trying to drag this person through court to get them to like, you know, tell me, like, how much I lost and everything else and how much they took from me. Well, it's taking you longer of your life expectancy to keep going through that. So sometimes it's best to just cut your losses and run and start over fresh. Live in a skip for 5 months, for God's sake, or whatever it is. But, like, sometimes in life, when things just don't happen, and they never seem to happen, that's because Spirit's saying to you, it isn't supposed to. You're putting yourself through it. Sometimes it's better to just cut and run, cut your losses, take a loss, and think, you know what, I ain't going to do that anymore. I'm never, ever going to get married again. Right? Never. Right? You tell me the statistics of people that have all been divorced or hate their partner that they're living with and married. I bet you that pretty much exceeds the people that would now say, Steve, yeah, don't ever get married. Right? I'm a Pisces number 7, I'm going to say that. Right? But, man, I've spent like an hour and 12 minutes on this reading. How does Sagittarius think and feel about their partner? Yeah, you're hopeful. You see, hope is what keeps the spirit alive. You're just feeding the energy to keep the spirit alive here. I mean, you're going to get more messages, Sagittarius, but I can't give you all of it at one go. Okay, because I'm seeing other stories here. But for a lot of you, I'm just going to stick with the metaphysical side at the moment. You're hopeful. You're hopeful that, because this may not turn out too bad in the end here, but we have to look at it as one story or so. But, like, yeah, you're hopeful that one day this is going to, like, suddenly, like, whew, come floating back like Peter and Paul, right? Fly away Peter, fly away Paul, come back Peter, come back Paul. There's a book. Anyway, so if you want to join Patron, you can. It's only on the full access bundle, but that's where you'll get the rest of your messages. And then I'll look at this as an individual story for each. One story for you guys, and then how they continue to think and feel about you, and how you continue to think and feel about them. But whatever this is, it changes completely. So if you haven't had all your messages and you wonder what happens, it's probably because you didn't watch the rest of the reading, that's why. Okay. But it is there as a possibility if you want to. You can find it in the link provided below that says Patreon. There's a video and everything that explains everything. Okay. But it's all provided in the show more section. And this is where someone says, do you do personal readings? and you haven't looked at the show more section. Okay, so it's up to you, whatever you want to do. But if you want to join Patreon, the link's provided below. Thanks very much, Sagittarius. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you next time.